Hi everyone, welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. So in this video, I'm just going to be checking out the change that was made to Death Disseminates in the latest patch. This essence came out and not long afterwards it got nerfed, which was a bit annoying. And this video is mainly for my curiosity, just to see the changes and just to have a look at it before and afterwards. And whilst I'm doing that, I thought I'd just share it with others in case anyone else is curious as well. Previously, Death Disseminates had a range of 8 and that range got changed to 6 instead, so the range got smaller. And also the enemies with Reaper's Mark that are more than 10 yards from the caster will now lose the mark, whilst before, if you did cast the mark on an enemy and if you moved away and then came back to that enemy, for example if you were just going back to get your health back or something, the enemy would still have that mark as long as it's within the required amount of seconds, and you'd be able to attack the enemy and they'd still have the mark and you'd get the Grim Scythe on them. So that got removed as well, which is a bit annoying. I'm just going to check this out. So I've got a build which has Death Disseminates on, which is the Reaper's Mark, where Grim Scythe now targets an enemy and hurls a scythe that applies the Reaper's Mark, which triggers a sweeping scythe when the target takes damage. And I've got no other Grim Scythe essences on any of the other slots that will affect this test, and I've also removed my gems as well as usual. I'm going to show a before patch gameplay first that I recorded, just to show you what the range was like and the behavior before the patch, and then we're going to have a look at what the behavior is like post patch. This is what it's like before the patch. Pre-patch, Death Disseminates has this range, so we'll compare this to what the range is like afterwards, but this is the range of Death Disseminates at the moment, and you can fire it from this distance. And yeah, the Reaper's Mark is there on the training dummy if you move away and then come back again. So let's go to an enemy and double check this range in, say, let's go to Warfam and have a look and have a play around with it. Okay, so we'll double check the range first, and then we'll check to see if the mark is still applied if we walk away from the enemy and then come back. Obviously we've got 6 seconds to do that before the mark will expire. So this is the range once again. So maybe if I stand at this post, I can see what the range is like and then compare that. Let's cast the mark on these spiders, move away quite far away and then come back. The mark is still there because the Grim Scythe is applied. Let's try that again. Let's move quite far back and then come back to the enemy and attack them. There we go, the Grim Scythe was still active. We'll do that one more time. It's hard to know which one I hit there actually. Let's go quite far and come back. There we go. I thought I nearly ran out of time there, but the Grim Scythe was definitely still active, and I'm pretty sure I went far enough away there. Let's try one more time on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it still there? Yeah, okay, there we go. So it's still applied the Grim Scythe. So that's what Death Disseminates is like pre-patch, and we'll have a look to see what it is like after the patch. So another quick way we can test is when we stand in the middle of this Warfam waypoint, we can just about touch the identifier NPC with the current range. So we'll have a look to see what it's like afterwards. Okay, so that was the behavior of Death Disseminates pre-patch. Now the patch is in the game, let's see what the behavior is like. So before I was standing around here and looking at the range, let's try now. So yeah, it's a noticeable difference there. Not as much of a range with Death Disseminates. Like I said, it was reduced from 8 to 6, but I didn't really know what 8 to 6 really meant and what it looked like. So I was just curious. And yeah, before I was able to reach the training dummy from around this spot, I can't even hit the training dummy from here anymore. I can just about get to the training NPC. I can't get to the boss. Let's see what it's like when we actually cast the essence on the training dummy. So move it away, move forward. We've got the mark on there. Let's move around here to the boss dummy, come back, and yeah, it's gone. So that mark was applied. When I moved a certain distance away. I think it said 10 yards if I move more than 10 yards away. So yeah, the mark is applied here. I'll go away, come back, guessing that's 10 yards. Yeah, and the mark's gone. So now when you go more than 10 yards away from the enemy, come back, that mark has gone and you will need to reapply it. So you not only have to get closer to the enemy, you have to make sure you stay close to the enemy once the mark is applied. If you go back to get out the way, safety, health potion or whatever, and go back, you'll notice that the mark has disappeared. That is a bit annoying. Let's try in Wartham now and compare. Okay, we're at Wartham. So I think before I was testing at the post, just outside of Wartham. So let's go there first and just check out the range. I don't think it was this post, it was this one here. So this is the range now. Yeah, I remember getting a lot further out with the post. So this is the range now. Let's test it out on an enemy. So cast the mark. I'm going to walk away, go back to that same spider. And yeah, the mark has been de-applied, it's gone. Let's check here. So the mark is there. Move away. We'll go back. I don't think that's going to work because I think they died. Let's move away from that wolf if we can. It's still got the mark. Yeah, that mark has gone. I hit the same enemy there. Let's try one more time here. Go further back. Go back to this wolf. Yeah, I didn't see any mark there. So, yeah, that is a bit of a shame. It's annoying, you can't actually see the mark applied at the bottom of the health bar. It would have been nice if you can actually see the mark as a symbol. It's only that little black glow you get. But yeah, moving 10 yards away and then coming back. Let's try on this big spider, that's a good one. So if we go over here, come back to that large spider, attack it, and there is no Grim Scythe anymore on that spider, which should look like that. But we no longer get that effect. So that is a bit annoying. The Death Disseminates Essence has definitely been nerfed, and like it was mainly for my curiosity. I just wanted to see the difference before and after to see what exactly range 8 to 6 looked like and the actual difference with the 10 yards. So enemies with Reaper's Mark that are more than 10 yards from the caster will now lose the mark, and the range has gone from 8 to 6. It's really annoying because Death Disseminates is an essence which I am using as well, and the last test I did was at this waypoint. I was able to touch that identify NPC. I can now only just about touch that guy called Falcon from Storm Fury, but I'm so far away from that identifier NPC. To get to the identifier NPC, I have to stand around here, but now from here, yeah, the range is a lot less. So yeah, it's just annoying that this essence was nerfed. It's a really cool essence and one that a lot of necromancers find useful. So I'm less annoyed about the actual nerf. It's more the fact that when the essence came out, it came out with that increased range of 8 and the behavior where when you cast the mark, it stays on the enemy even if you walk away. It was the fact that the essence came out like that. It was obviously coded and designed like that and tested that way, or hopefully tested that way. And then we got used to using the essence that way, and it was really cool just to see the behavior of the essence, and I tested it in one of my videos as well. It's the fact that it got nerfed so quickly after that essence came out, as if it was just like an afterthought. It was like, oops, actually, let's not have it like that. Let's just completely change it to make it even worse. It's the fact that we got used to using the essence, we got excited with the essence, and so soon it got nerfed, and it was just really sloppy from them, and it wasn't very professional. I thought that it happened. It's mainly how they handled that essence and the behavior change, to be honest. Just the fact that it came out in the way it did and we got used to it, and then it got nerfed so quickly. They didn't even give it much time, and that was what annoyed me the most really about this nerf, because it was fine the way it was, to be honest. I mean, did you really need to change the range from 8 to 6? And you know, 9 seconds isn't really that long for the mark as well, so it just gives you that time in certain situations like challenge rifts or something where you might have cast the mark, you might have got hit really bad, you just want to walk away a bit just to heal up or pick up an item that you've left, come back to the enemy and carry on casting your Grim Scythe on them without having to reapply the mark within that 9 seconds. But yeah, now you just have to get closer to the enemy and then reapply the mark, then you could carry on using the essence. So yeah, it was just a bit annoying really that it happened, and I just hope it doesn't happen for future essences as well. This is kind of making me lose a bit of trust with changes to essences in the game as well. So when I read future patch notes and see essences for Necromancer, I'm just going to take it with a pinch of salt and not get too excited, just in case we end up testing with the essences and then they get nerfed within a few weeks or even a week or two's time afterwards. So it's just lost my trust a little bit with changes that are going to come to classes in the future, knowing that they are possibly going to change so quickly not long afterwards. So that's basically it for this video, just a really quick one. I'm just testing that essence just to see the before and after. That's basically it. Death Disseminates is not as good as it used to be, but it is still a decent essence worth equipping for your Necromancer, especially for things like raids. It's still really cool. Go ahead and use it, but it's best to pair that with Studied Menace for the helm instead of the other Mark essence that we had for the helm. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching that one, and look out for the next video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.